Hello students, welcome back to online learning. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. We are going to discuss about chapter 3rd, that is more on algorithms and flowcharts. So in the previous video we have discussed about the algorithms. Now today we are going to discuss about the flowcharts. So algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve any particular problem, written in simple English. Now what is a flowchart? A flowchart is a diagrammatically representation to solve a particular problem. Got it? It is a diagrammatically representation. Okay? So flowchart is a tool developed in the computer industries for showing the steps involved in a process. A flowchart is a diagram made up of boxes, diamonds and other shapes connected by arrows. Each shape represents a step in the process and the arrows shows the order in which they occur. Flowchart combines symbols and flow lines to show figuratively the operation of an algorithm. Got it? So, a flowchart is a graphical representation of an algorithm. So, before making flowchart, you have to make an algorithm. So, a lot of symbols are used in a flowchart to represent a flowchart. So let's see symbols of a flowcharts. There are some basic symbols commonly used in a flowcharting of assembly language. Program, that is terminal, process, input output, decision, connector and predefined process, etc. These are the boxes named. This is not a complete list of all the possible flowcharting symbols. It is the ones used most often in the structure of assembly language programming. So these are the symbols that is most commonly used. So first symbol, see, processing box. It is called processing box. How it's shaped? Like a rectangle. Okay, so this is used to indicate the formula or data processing or indicate the calculation or all the processing operation. Processing box is represented by a rectangle. So all the processing work or calculation work done inside the processing box. Got it? Now next, input and output box. So used for any input and output operation and indicates the computer is to obtain data or output or result. It is represented by parallelogram. So how it's shaped? Like a parallelogram. So in this box we can give inputs and take output. That's why it is called input and output box. Now next, decision box. Shape diamond shape. Used to ask a question that can be answered in a binary format, yes or no, true or false. It is a diamond shape. Okay, so decision box is used for the condition. Either it is true or false. Connector allows the flowchart to be drawn without intersecting lines or without a reverse flow. Connector is represented by a circle. Okay. So connector is represented by a circle. Now next, start stop box. Indicate the starting or ending of the program, process or interrupt programs. It is an oval shaped symbol. How it's shaped? Oval. Okay, connector shape is like a circle, and start and stop box like a oval shape. It is also known as the terminator box. It is also known as a terminator box. Got it? Now next, flow lines. A line with arrowhead is used to connect various symbols. So flow lines is used to connect various symbols, and it shows the direction of the arrowhead. Okay. So the direction of the arrowhead shows the direction of flow of data and information. Means flow line shows the direction of flow of data and information. Got it? Now the rules to start the flowchart. Flowchart rules to start the following. There are a few key rules that go for all the flowcharts. So first, always format your flowchart from left to right or top to bottom. Got it? Run your written lines under your flowchart, making sure that they don't overlap. Okay? So don't overlap when you will make flowchart. Maintain consistent spacing between symbols. So maintain the distance between the symbol. Use the correct symbols for each step. Like diamond shapes are for decision, rectangle are used for processes, start and end shapes should be the same, etc. Okay? So use a correct symbol always. So here now we are going to discuss some examples of flowchart. So suppose if we want to make a flowchart of addition of two numbers. So first flowchart like that. A flowchart to find the addition of the two numbers. So first we have start. Okay? Start. Next, input. So start. For starting, which symbol is used? See, for starting, which symbol is used? Start and stop box. Got it? So see here, start में हमने कौन सा use करा है? Start and stop box. Now next, input number A, input number B. What is the formula of addition? Suppose if you want to add two numbers, so formula is addition equal to A plus B. Got it? So first step start, second step input number A, input number B. So इसमें हमने कौन सा सिंबल यूज करा? Yes, it shapes like a parallelogram. So कौन सा सिंबल है? इनपुट आउटपुट बॉक्स. Okay, its name is input output box. Got it? So now next, addition equal to A plus B. So what is the shape of this symbol? Rectangular. So the name of the symbol is processing box. Very good. So addition equal to A plus B. Now print addition and then stop. So print addition, see the shape of print addition symbol. Shape is parallelogram. So it is called input and output box. Okay. And last stop. So always start flowchart with the start and stop with the stop. Got it? So like that we can find the addition of two numbers by that flowchart. Now next, a flowchart to find the multiplication of two numbers. So what is the formula of multiplication? So multiplication equal to A into B. So start input number A, input number B. Multiplication equal to A into B. Print multiplication and then stop. Got it? Now next, loop and counters. What are the use of loop and counters? If you want to print your name 100 times, the flowchart will be very long. Okay, so for this purpose you need to repeat the printing process 100 times. So it is very difficult. Okay, suppose if you want to print your name 100 times, then you have to write it 100 times. So it is very difficult task. So we will use looping. This repetition is called looping. In looping, a counter is used to count the number of times a process being repeated. Here one counter is used that count the number of times a process being repeated. A counter is a variable and keeps records of each print. It gets incremented after every repetition. Okay, so it will increase after each repetition. The program checks the value of the counter every time before next repetition. Okay, suppose if you are printing your name 100 times, so first how it will work? Counter will work like 1, then increment by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, like that looping will execute. Got it? So here we can see one example for looping. Draw a flowchart to find out greater numbers among two numbers. So suppose if you want to find a greater of two numbers, so how can you find? Like that. Start input A, input number A, input number B. Okay. So here we are using the condition. Okay. So for the condition, for the decision, we'll use decision box like diamond in shape. So here we will write the condition. Is A greater than B? Question mark. Got it? So no, if the output is no, then print B is greater. And if yes, then print A is greater. So if the input A is greater, yeah, input B is greater. Got it? So suppose I am taking the two numbers like 5, A is equals to 5, B is equals to 6. So the condition is 5 greater than 6. 5 greater than 6. It is true or false? It is false. So it will print no. So print B is greater. So B is greater. And at last it stopped. Suppose if you are taking A is equals to 6 and B is equals to 5. So 6 greater than 5. It is true or false? So it is true. So it will print yes. Print A is greater and then stop. Got it? So today we have discussed about the flowchart. So we will discuss about next chapter in the next class. Thank you.